What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Before we get started, I just wanted to thank you guys so much for all the support that you guys have shown me, all the likes and all the new subscribers and all the comments, just all the support that you guys have shown me throughout this past temporary setup, this little hiccup in the channel, you know what I'm saying, with the new setup and everything. I genuinely really appreciate it for you guys. This is gonna be the last video in this setup. At least I'm pretty sure that this is gonna be the last video that I'm uploading in this setup. So I just wanted to put that out there. Just wanted to thank you guys, because I know that the whole background, the setup is a huge part of like a whole YouTube channel and shit like that. And I know that this is not my usual setup. So thank you guys for being patient. I really appreciate it. Also, thank you for being patient about the ZULU review. I've been trying to get it out for the past couple weeks, but as you guys will see, there's been a lot going on in my life. A lot of shit changing. Super excited, but it's just been taking up a lot of my time. So again, for the last time, thank you guys for your patience. But it's about that time, y'all. It's about that time for that ZULU review, you know what I'm saying? I've been really excited to talk about this album, and you'll see why in about 5 minutes. But been super excited to talk about this album. I found ZULU like few months before they started the rollout for the next album, so I haven't been a fan for that long, actually. Like, I think I found them last year or something like that, but ever since then, and then hearing the singles that they were releasing up into this next album, I've been so excited. Sorry about that. Been so excited. It's got a lot of different aspects that I want to get into, but one of the ones that I really want to talk about just off the rip is one of the singles that they released. I forgot what it was called. It's called like We Are Better Than This or something like that. We're More Than This. That one had a lot of like Tribe Called Quest vibes on it, the complete opposite of what they're usually doing, you know what I'm saying? Obviously ZULU, black fronted band, all niggas, you know what I'm saying, which is another reason why I was super excited to listen to this. I feel like there aren't a lot of black-centric metal artists out there. There's Jesus Piece and Filth and shit like that, like bands with black frontmans, but not like all black, like straight up like African, like, you know what I'm saying, like for us, by us type shit. Like, this is like the FUBU of metal, you know what I'm saying? Let's hope that white people don't start going crazy with this too. But getting back into the record, even though it's super heavy, there are a lot of blast beats, there's a lot of like, obviously, you know what I'm saying, I feel like ZULU was known more as a hardcore band up until this release, like hardcore, what's it called, like blast beats, shit like that, kind of like Expire, but black, and like, I feel like tuned down a little bit more. I mean, the guitar is not the energy. If anything, ZULU puts in that energy that I haven't seen from a lot of metal bands recently, you know what I'm saying? It seems cool to be nonchalant in the metal scene, and ZULU is giving like the exact opposite of that right now. There's so many instrumental moments where you feel it just hit, you know what I'm saying? And that's backed with these lyrics that are so impactful that they hit as hard as the instruments do. Which, I'm not trying to say that like in a lot of I'm not trying to say that metal is like cliche, but I do feel like we're starting to get there, you know what I'm saying? I feel like there's a lot of metal out there that's kind of like rinse, wash, repeat, and it's good to see a band like ZULU, not only, like I said before, like being a black fronted band, but being a band that's offering more than what you're getting from these other bands, you know what I'm saying? Not only just setting themselves apart with their race, but with the art that they're putting out. And there's this interlude on here that kind of discusses that, you know what I'm saying? Kind of talks about like, why do I have to talk about being black when it's only talking about what I'm going through that's negative? You know what I'm saying? Why do I have to talk about my history in a negative light? You know, we're beautiful. Black is beautiful. And I'm not trying to just be cliche. I'm not trying to virtue signal. Like, black is legitimately beautiful. Like, there's this spoken word passage on here where they talk about how we shine different in the sun, in the moon. Our blood is different. It's not just our skin. You know what I'm saying? It's everything. It's built into us. It's ingrained into us to be these beautiful creatures. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just about the color. And I feel like that's a huge thing that they got into on this record, and they didn't pull back at all. They just went full force into black is beautiful, but not just saying black is beautiful like Target putting it on a shirt, but explaining why black is beautiful and explaining what makes black beautiful, and then showing that through their artistic, like, everything on this record is just beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, like, the more I listen to it, the more I love it. And I'm gonna get more into it, but before we do, I hope you're smoking along with me, saying hi with me, staying hydrated with me. If you're smoking along with me, now's your chance. We're smoking on some lemon cherry gelato right now. So let's spark up and let's keep talking about this ZULU record. Getting into the vocals on this record, they're very hardcore influence, you know what I'm saying? A lot of yelling. I love that there's both male and female scream vocals. I love that so much. And they're super aggressive, and you can feel the passion in the lyrics. It's so in your face and so just like, so upfront. There's no room for misinterpretation. You know exactly what ZULU wants to talk about on this record, and they talk about it. And there is, in the risk of sounding redundant, like I said, repeating myself, there is no room for misinterpretation. This is a great album, fantastic album. The lyrics are so beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I've never been more proud to be black in my entire life. It's so uplifting. It gives you that uplifting feeling that gospel music gives you, or like, this is gonna sound crazy, or old Negro spirituals, you know what I'm saying? Just that passion, that like, that you can feel it. You know what I'm saying? I can't explain it, but you can feel it. You can feel it, especially if you black. Especially if you black, bro. You can feel it. It's like when you listen to No Name's first record, you know what I'm saying? Like, she had a lot of white fans, but if you were black, like, it's really for you. Like, you get it. Like, there's, same with To Pimp a Butterfly. And I feel like there's a lot of albums that you can point to that give the same sentiment as this one. But even this album, the first song on this album is Africa. You know what I'm saying? And at the risk of sounding biased, because, you know what I'm saying, I think this album is perfect. No skips. I think it's beautiful. I think the flow is great. Instrumentation is amazing. Lyrics are phenomenal. Songwriting, fantastic. Production is great too. And it's so heavy, but also has those aspects of it where it's like slower. It knows when it needs to slow it down. And that's what I really appreciate about this record, is like, if there's something that they really need to get across, that can't necessarily be brought across through the screaming vocals, they'll just straight up switch it up and just make it spoken word so they can talk directly to you. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, no room for misinterpretation. This album is fantastic. This album is great. And I think for those reasons and more that I couldn't even get into because I didn't want this video to be 20 minutes. For all those reasons and more, I'm giving this album a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. ZULU, A New Tomorrow. One of my favorite records of the year. In competition for my favorite record of the year. 100% my favorite metal record of the year. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't give out 10s lightly. So if you haven't listened to this album, please do. Stop everything you're doing and listen to this record. It's beautiful. I loved every second of it. 10 out of 10. Hell yeah. ZULU, thank you guys for checking out the video. Thank you guys for watching it all the way through. If you've made it this far, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss anything. I love you guys so much. Like I said, check out this record if you haven't heard it yet. ZULU, a new tomorrow. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.